Look, last year you came into MX2 halfway through the championship season. You ended up 14th overall, but I think you got a best finish of 4th overall as well. You got a second place finish in one of the races in Switzerland. How is 2025 going so far for you now that we're sort of past the halfway stage?
Yeah, like maybe compared to the ending stages of last year, it hasn't been going that good. But like lately, I made some good points on the bike, and I'm feeling quite good. But yeah, just like some rounds I did struggle. That's like not a mystery or some secret. But yeah, I hope I can do better in the second half.
Was there less pressure last year, do you think, moving to MX2 sort of halfway through the season? And now I guess that you're in your second, I guess, full year. But do you feel like perhaps now you perhaps need to perform a lot more? Do you feel a little bit more pressure now?
Yeah, like in the team, they never said anything that should make me feel that way. But, you know, still deep inside, sometimes I feel like I need to do maybe just a bit better than last year, and that gives a bit of pressure. But I think yeah, it was the problem of the first rounds. I think now I just try to do my best.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the level higher this year? Because every year a rider is in MX2, and you included. You know, you come in, this is your starting point. Another year older, fitter, stronger, wiser, better racecraft. Do you find the level is increased again, another level this year?
I think so. There's now more riders. Like just overall, if you look at any time practice or free practice, like just how much it can change every round. There isn't like some, I would say, some riders that, yeah, of course there are some better riders than others, but it moves around, especially after like the top 5.
Yeah, but you look at all of the race wins, the amount of riders that have had race wins.
Yeah, we've had 10 different race winners.
Just in the MX2 class, it just shows how close that level. It could go to anyone, you know?
When you get your first race win, you make it number 11.
We're just talking about pressure. When's that next race win?
No. Yeah. But seriously, you know, getting back on topic, we've got, what, 6 rounds left in Europe before we head away to the 3 flyaways in Turkey and China and Australia. Out of the next races in Europe, so here included, and Finland obviously is a new venue, so we don't know about that one. Which circuits are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh, good question.
Because we've got Lommel in there, we've got Sweden, Arnhem as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think Lommel is one of the ones I want to go to. I like Sweden a lot also. The track, yeah, the country, everything. And then, yeah, like I don't think there's like a round I don't want to go to, you know, like all the remaining tracks I think are quite good in my opinion.
Fully
Finland.
Yeah, fully motivated.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what about the track here? Obviously, the same layout as the Motocross of Nations back end of last year where you raced for Latvia. How is it? And does it make a difference to ride it dry for the first time in a long time?
Yeah, it's strange to ride here when it's complete dry. But yeah, like the layout is really good. I think, yeah, they can take an example of this track for the other GP tracks to make something like this. Because I think if you ask most of the riders, they say this is one of the best tracks we have on the calendar. And
I think that is also because of the nature of it, where it's so wide and flowing and open. And do you get a sense of the size of the track as well? Does it, you know, like with the smaller tracks, I guess you're doing a lot more laps on the race. This one is probably a few laps less. Do you enjoy a race like that, or do you know, because sometimes a short lap just feels like you've done 1,000 laps during a race.
Yeah, exactly. It's how you just described it now. It's like on the shorter tracks, it feels like you do a longer moto in the end. But on this track, sometimes you do a couple laps already, the half of the moto is passed, you know. But yeah, like I really enjoy the longer tracks, you know.
Yeah. Well, look, Karlis, good to see you, and all the best for the rest of the season. And thanks for stopping by today. Yes. We are out of time, but before we let you go, our second guest is waiting in the wings, Andrea BONACORSI. And before we catch up with him, this week, our changeover clips, we've decided to take a little bit of a throwback down memory lane. Who can remember or who can forget what happened in 2018? Tony Cairoli versus Jeffrey Herlings at the height of their powers in MXGP. That first race was something sensational. Here's some of the highlights from that race. Enjoy. And he just got stood up in the turn, puts himself under unnecessary pressure. He knows exactly what's at stake here. 3 vital World Championship point gain, and oh my word! Herlings, what a move around the outside. Wow. on the pegs. He didn't even blink. And the speed in which he carried around there was just phenomenal. Watch this. Oh, and Cairoli fights back immediately. That's what we want to see. Wow. Well, let's put those replays on hold for now. Back markers looking over the shoulders. They know not to get involved as well. And Hurling's looking to make a move down the inside. Oh, he runs down into Cairoli. Oh! Well, that was coming. Hurling's charged down the inside. He had one thing on his mind, to run it down the inside of Cairoli. He shunted him, and then as Cairoli was coming back, watch this here. Well, this will be a big talking point. Hurling's on the brakes late, ran clean into the side, and then as Cairoli came back, boom. Well, that'll have the guys talking, that's for sure. Is it a racing incident, folks? Well, 50-50. Which side of the fence are you sitting on? If you're a Hurlings fan, you'll say, yeah, racing incident. If you're a Cairoli fan, you'll say, give him the red card or whatever it is you want to do. But at the moment, Hurlings it is who leads here. He took the lead on lap 12, on lap 13. You heard the fans roar. I'm not sure if it was disapproval or if it was in favour, but it's Hurlings the villain once again, like he was in 2012 here, when he and Tommy Searle were shooting daggers at each other in MX2. Wow, what a moment, what a twist to the result, to the final outcome of the race. I'm sure we'll be talking about that. The media centre will be a hive of activity. Replays will already be shown all over the world. But Jeffrey Hurlings, he won't care about that. He lights the candles. He wins race 1 here at Matchley Basin, and it's a 13th race win in the books for the Bullet. Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our live studio show here on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. Our second guest joins us now, Andrea BONACORSI, Fantic Factory MXGP. Good to see you, Andrea.
Good to see you too, guys.
What a great race that was, wasn't it, back in 2018? And look how dry the conditions were then. And just think, you could have been in rainy Italy this weekend, or rainy Holland, or rainy Belgium. But here you are on a dry, sunny track in Great Britain. What a fantastic venue to go racing this weekend.
Yeah, I think it was the place where you expect the less sun of this in the race, and then we have a completely dry condition over here. And it's really nice because this track also is nice to race it when it's dry, let's say. Yeah. And the last races we didn't have that opportunity so many times. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a great weekend.
And I bet Lincoln's loving this weather, isn't she, at the minute?
Yeah, for sure she is too, yeah, definitely.
Well, look, let's crack on. It's your first full season in MXGP because, like our last guest, actually, you came in sort of after round 5 or 6, Portugal. You're currently 7th in points. Are you happy with that, or do you feel like you could or should have been a little bit higher up at this stage? Because I guess there's been 1 or 2 moments for you where you've not scored as high as you could have.
Yeah, let's say I think I did a really good step compared to last season for sure. And right now I'm in 7, like you said, but I feel like I have more to show, and I feel like I can improve and step it up also in the championship and gain some position. Yeah, I had a couple zeros this season, and due to technical problems, so but for me it's okay. It's my first season. I take it like this, and I see, and everybody I think see that I'm improving a lot, and also being consistent in this class is not something really easy, let's say, because it's really animals out there, and it's like in every condition I've been pretty good. So overall I'm happy like this, but I know that I can be better for sure.
Well, your best result overall so far was 3rd in Cosda. You also got your first MXGP podium then. Was that quite a big moment for you, or was it more of a relief moment, like, I've done it now?
Yeah, it was quite a big moment, but at the same time, we worked really hard to get there, you know. Me personally, I do work really hard, so I believe that I was happy, but I was kind of expecting that one day was coming, you know, this season. And I did 3rd in Kozar, but also I missed 2 times a podium for 1 point or so. Yeah. So, I've been close to that couple times this season already, and there is plenty of races
Yeah.
to go up there again.
Well, you've actually finished overall top 10 8 times from 11 rounds.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that level of consistency? Because like you just said then, it's not an easy class to be that consistent.
Yeah, and also I think from these 8 rounds, I did like most of them in the top 5s. So this is really good for me and for the team as well. They really put a lot of effort for everybody. And I also feel this year I stepped it up this big also with all the group we have in the team, with Glenn and Brian and Kevin training us. And this is what helped me the most this season, let's say, to grow this much and to be this mature in this class already.
Yeah, well, like you say, you came in at round 6 in Portugal with MX2 fitness, and even though you were a big guy on a 250 where everybody looked and assumed, wait till he gets on a 450, you still need to work on that base fitness for an MXGP bike, and you've been able to do that in the winter, it seems. And as you said, like Brian and Glenn also, you've got good fitness, good people around you. We've seen the Fantics up front on a regular basis, even in Kozar, 2nd and 3rd, you and Glenn in the race. In the last race, you were 2, 3 and 4 with Brian. So whatever the whole team is doing seems to be working this year.
Yes, it's working really good too. Yeah. And I feel like also the mentality of everybody in the team, like we are all really calm, really relaxed before to go racing. And I think that's a really big thing for, before to go in a race of MXGP, let's say. Yeah. So yeah, it's really nice over there, and we are enjoying.
Yeah.
Well, Lisa just mentioned how consistent you've been overalls and all the rest of it, but I'm going to pull you up on something here. What's the deal with your 1 lap pace? Time practice, because looking at the thing, you've had 1/10 and 1/8 last time out in Latvia. Everything else has just been like way outside of the top 10. Do you need more throttle cable? Do you need some weights on the end of the elbow just to pull it down? What's going on with the 1 lap pace?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel that's where I don't know. Maybe I put too much pressure on myself for the 1 lap.
Yeah.
And like when I go to the races behind the gate, I know what I can do. Even if I'm 20 in time practice, I don't really care. Let's say.
Yeah.
I know that because the lap I do is actually then the lap per time I do in the race too.
Yeah, that's your race lap.
That I can hold for 17 laps, you know.
Yeah.
So it's, this is something I really have to work on for the future. Yeah. And I feel like lately, like the last rounds are getting closer to getting better. And also now, right now in MXGP, everybody's so fast that if you take down 1 second, you can be in the top 5, you know. Yeah. So this is also a big thing.
And actually, you've just had 4 top 10s in the qualifying races. How much is that down to, I guess, not getting that fast lap in time practice?
Like
and
wrong
just,
start position
and just not getting the best gate pick for the quali race?
Yeah, like for many rounds, it's okay. I mean, depending also how many gates they close and how many riders we are on the line. Because sometimes if they close 7 gates, and you do maybe 16 in time practice, you are so far away from the good position in the gate that it's almost impossible to pull a good start. And for me, it's always been a growing, like time practice, okay, then quali race, getting in the top 10 or close that. And then in the races on Sundays where I get always the best of me out.
And that's when it counts really as well?
Yeah, but you know, for the championship, I think it counts also like on Saturday now.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be consistent from Saturday. And this is what, I still have to improve on that. I think right now is my biggest weakness is Saturday. Because on Sunday I wake up and I'm ready to go. Like,
but also what it shows is overall that your race pace is better than your sprint pace in terms of like the short moto in qualifying. Your longer races on Sunday, you're more of a racer than a qualifier, as you've said. And your fitness is on point as well to enable you the last 10 minutes to still push when maybe others are fading.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I had... in Germany, I got a sickness, like I was pretty sick there. So in Latvia also wasn't easy because I did all the week in between quite sick. But still, I feel like it's a really mental sport, this one, more than anything else. You have to have a lot of strength, especially on the 450. But I feel the mental side is what, it's the biggest part of this sport too. So when you see the other one struggling a little bit, and then I go for it, you know, like you see, they're tired too, so, you know.
There's nothing better, is there? Yeah. When you see them coming towards you and you're like, I've still got another 10 minutes.
Yes, you know, that's the thing that you work on. And being able to do that is it's a really good feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, Andrea BONACORSI, thanks for joining us in here today. I hope our guests are there ready outside. You never know.
Yeah, I've seen him.
I can stay here a while.
Yeah, perfect. Well,
Gary's here. Gary's here now.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, Andrea, thanks for joining us. All the best
guys.
this weekend and for the rest of the season. Don't go away, though, because in a moment we've got Giacomo Gariboldi coming in and another throwback to memory lane. 30 years ago, a week ago, my younger, taller, better-looking twin brother won the British Grand Prix at Fox Hills Motor Park. Here's some of the highlights from race 1 and race 2. Enjoy.
Who's it going to be? The gates first. Totelli, Vial, Fanton. Strivus is there beside them. They're going into that first right-hand corner. And oh, they're all down. It's motorway madness. There must be 10 or more riders on the ground there. And I think Pousar is amongst that group. But it's poor Malin, the Brit, 68 the leads. Made good the mistakes of the other rider. It's Malin from number 2, Chiodi. And the crowd are going absolutely wild. Malin absolutely making the best of this and beginning to pull a small gap over second place man Frederick Vial. But look at Strivus. The crowd, look at the Union Jacks. They are absolutely loving this. Behind him, number 8, that's Delago. But listen to this, it's the checkered flag, then Paul Malin wins the first 1-2-5 heat here at the British Motocross Grand Prix. Paul Malin then 20 points and something that will be remembered not by just himself but by everyone here to witness it. We wait, can Malin do it again? The gate drops, here they come. It's all turned right this time. It looks like Pousar and Federici, Malin there in third, but it looks like Pousar that's got away first. Yes, Pousar. Then number 15, Claudio Federici. Malin is also there. They sort themselves out. Malin in touch with the leader. He's being urged on by the crowd. You can hear them. There are thousands of air horns being expelled here today. But look at Malin. Look at Pousar, looks across the track to see who's behind him. I shouldn't worry about who's there. It's the man that's right behind you at the moment that you need to worry about. Look at Malin. Comes number 77 Pousar. Malin has got him. No, it's Malin. Malin's crept through into the lead. He's done it. Unbelievable stuff this is. Some of the finest 1-2-5 Grand Prix racing I think we're ever going to witness here in Great Britain. But this is the hero of the day. Paul Malin comes second, takes the overall result. History in the making.
Because I've got strangers talking in my headset going...
You love it.
I know.
You loved it. You were just glued to the screen then, Paul. You know you were.
Anyway, can we get back to being professional here? Shush.
No.
Welcome back to our third and final part of our studio show here on MXGPTV.com with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland. Grand Prix winner, by the way, I just heard in my headset. Giacomo Gariboldi, good to see you. Team owner,
Good to see you guys.
Honda HRC. That was 30 years ago. You've never been there, have you, Fox Hills?
Never.
I thought you might have
Never.
been there at some point.
No, never. Even for European Championship, no, I've never been there.
They were the days, though. Good old days,
Yeah,
eh?
I was too young.
Good lad. Slightly younger than me.
Exactly.
Well, look, fast forward to the present day. Obviously, first of all, before we talk about your individual riders, why did you feel the need to invest in your MX2 program with another rider? Because you brought Latta into the team, didn't you, alongside Zanchi?
Yeah, because I think it's not really a complete program when you have just one rider who can get injured easily, as we've seen with Ferruccio, for example, this year. So with two riders, at least you can make wider plan and also develop the bike better. And yeah, I think it's more complete, the program. So we want also to find new top riders for the future. So with two riders, at least we can try a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, the season started off positively for you. Tim led the championship from the second round. He was on the podium for the first 5 rounds, and then he got injured. And a massive blow to him, to the team. How is he doing now?
No, he's doing well. He's recovering. He's doing all he needs to do for his shoulder. Of course, it's a long. It will take quite a long time, as you know, for this kind of injuries. So hopefully he'll be back in August with us to race the last rounds. But you know, it's important that he heals perfectly, and so he needed to take, you know, his time.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that was the plan, is just to have him more closer to 100% before he comes back,
sure.
and just kind of get those points.
Sure.
Right.
No point to come back and rush because anyway the championship is gone, and it's a pity because he was leading very comfortably the season, and we really thought that it was, you know, the 6th title for him and for us. But in this sport, you know that everything can happen every time they go out training or racing.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously this was another fantastic moment for him. The venue where he got his first Grand Prix in MX2, and obviously this one here in MXGP, celebrating in front of the fans again.
Yeah.
I know your team workshop is not a million miles away, so that's probably the home GP for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
An important Grand Prix weekend with more sponsors coming and that victory as well.
Yeah, you know, it's home GP always. You have many guests, sponsor coming, of course. Yeah, I would say that it's important to win in Italy, but for us it's important to win everywhere, you know.
Well, flying the flag since Tim has been absent has been Ruben Fernandez. He's had some good rides, hasn't he? He won the qualifying race here in Sweden. He's had back-to-back podiums in Portugal and Lugo.
Yeah.
Are you happy with this season so far? I know he had an unfortunate error in Germany, but prior to that, doing everything that you expected him to do, or?
No, Ruben is doing very well. He's, I mean, he made podiums. He has won, as you said, qualifying race. I think he could do better than what he's doing, honestly, because he has everything. He has the speed, he has the strength during the race, he has the endurance, he can attack till the last, really the last lap, so he can do better. And this is what I said to him at the beginning of the season. You know that, Ruben, you can go for the title this year, and I just think that he doesn't believe, you know, that. For him, it was good to be top 3, which is very good, of course. But I think you have to have in your view the big goal, which is winning. And then if you finish 3rd, it's okay. But if you start the goal is 3rd, then you may finish 5th or 6th. So I just think the only thing he misses now is to be sure that he can be there with them battling for the win every race. But for the rest, he did a very good season.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, let's move on to MX2, Ferruccio Zanchi. We saw him take a well-deserved race win in Cosa. How important was that race victory for your MX2 project and for the team?
Yeah, it was great because, you know, this is what we wanted this year. We've asked both riders try to be as close as possible to top 5. Doing some podiums, and Ferruccio did it great in Cosa, first round in Europe. Yeah. And so we expected that he was stepping up after that, you know, that result, after the podium, after the moto win. And in fact, then the following rounds were a little bit more difficult for him. I mean, that was a great day for him and for the team, because of course our goal is try to be on the podium also on the MX2 program.
Well, despite his first win and podium, should he perhaps be doing more? It's his 2nd year in the team, 2nd year in MX2. Okay, he did miss a couple of rounds, but what are your thoughts on his season as a whole so far?
After that podium, it has been a little bit disappointing because, of course, as I said, I expected to see him in top 5 this year. Last year was perfect. We didn't expect anything, and he finished top 10. But this year we wanted, you know, the next level. And while he started very well in Cosa, after that, except for some races, he didn't confirm. So we were waiting for the second part of the season to see something more, but unfortunately he got injured and he couldn't prove. But still, I think he has a great talent. He can do great things if, same like with Ruben. He has to believe that he can be a top rider, because at this level, you know, you have just the little differences which can make you a champion or a very good rider only.
Finally, we're almost running out of time. Valerio Latta, it looks like he's improving week by week. Obviously new to the team, new to the bike, Japanese brand as well for him, coming from an Austrian brand. But he seems now, the second half of the season, just to be really finding his place in the team. His confidence looks like it's coming. He got the qualifying race win in Germany. Again, unfortunate last time out in Latvia, but overall, you've got to be pleased with what Valerio's doing.
He's doing great. He's doing great. This is what we expected, you know, to see from him. You see that he's very angry, Valerio. When he enters the tracks, he's always he starts, you know, really aggressive. He wants to do it. At the beginning, he was trying to find, you know, his limits, because he doesn't know where he was in this class. So he was progressing every race. He showed us some really top races. It could be, you know, top 3, and he was very close to go to the podium, on the podium in a couple of GPs. So I think he's doing great, and I think he has a great future.
Cool. Well, look, Giacomo, thanks for joining us in here.
Thank you.
And thanks for your time, as always.
Thank you very much.
All the best for this weekend and the rest of the season. And I'm sure we'll catch up with you before the end of the year
Absolutely.
as well. No problem.
Thank you.
Well, look, we are out of time. And all that's left we have to say is coming up on MXGP TV today, starting at 1:36, we are live with the time practice in MX2, straight into MXGP. And, of course, we move into the 125 first race presented by FMF Racing, EMX 250, then the qualifying races for MX2 and MXGP at the end of the day. But that is it. We are out of time. Thanks to all our guests. Thanks to Lisa, as always, for being my little wing ting here. And we will see you in a couple of weeks' time when we go to Finland for round 13. So thanks for watching today. See you next time. Bye for now.